Welcome to this training module on using the person check search within Lexis Diligence. Once you've signed into Lexis Diligence, you'll be presented with three main tabs: Person Check, Company Check and Country Check. Today we will be using the Person Check form. There are two basic steps to running a person check. You need to enter the search terms and choose your source options. Let's take a look at these steps in greater detail. First, we need to enter our search terms into the fields provided. For example, I wish to investigate Donald Trump. We can also enter additional terms into our search form that are relevant to that person, for example, a keyword, a place, or a company to help refine our results. For instance, if we type in the name Donald Trump, there may be hundreds of people with the same name on the service, whereas if I add the word entertainment into the additional terms, the service would narrow down the results to any documents that have both the name Donald Trump and the keyword of entertainment. If using more than one additional term, you need to use a connector so the product understands how we want to connect our search terms together, enabling more flexibility on our searches. If I enter another keyword, for example, shareholder, then I am asking the product to return any documents where both the words entertainment and shareholder are mentioned. Or on the connector drop-down box, if I had selected or, then the documents retrieved would have either the word entertainment or shareholder within it. Tips will open another screen and explain how we can use the wildcard and truncator. If I wanted to find any documents that mention share, shares, shared or shareholder, then I could use the truncator. The truncator is the exclamation mark. This will allow you to retrieve all word endings depending on where you make the stem of the word. Such as in this instance, if I mark the stem of the word as share and add the exclamation mark, this will retrieve all those terms I mentioned before. The wildcard is the star, and this works like the blank tile in Scrabble and will allow you to retrieve alternative spellings of a word. For example, if I enter the word internet and replace the middle ER with 2 stars, this will also provide results for internet and intranet for further investigation into Donald Trump's entertainment industry, shareholdings, and internet base. If you do not have the person's name, you can still run the search without completing these fields and just enter the keywords into the additional search terms box. In our example today, we will not be using any additional terms. After selecting the person we wish to run the search for, we now need to select the content that we want to receive results from. There are 6 types of source content: news sources, directors and shareholders, biographical sources, sanctions and warnings, PEPs and legal sources. Each of these sources will appear in separate tabs on the results screen, so you can clearly see what content has been brought back in each page. To search across all content types, make sure each of the boxes to the left of the sources are clearly ticked. Let's focus on the news content. There are over 26,000 international and regional newspapers, magazines, journals, agencies and transcripts with an archive as deep as 40 years. News content is split into general news and negative news and will appear in separate tabs in the results page. Click onto the News Sources drop-down to see the choices available. There are various groups that we can select ranging from all English language news to major world publications through to international content such as French, German, Italian and Spanish. These sources will display results in actual language. To the left of the News Sources drop-down box, once a source has been selected, we can click on the blue information icon to obtain further details about that source group, for example, which sources are included. We're going to use major world publications today. Negative news is a keyword search allowing you to pick up derogatory search terms on our chosen person. If you wish to amend the search criteria, click the Edit link to see the search string and amend as necessary. The date range allows us to choose which dates we would like to search through. It defaults to the previous 2 years. However, there are other dates for you to choose from. Click on the drop-down and you'll see the dates ranging from today through to all available dates. I shall choose press coverage for the last month due to the high profile of the individual in our investigation. The next stage is to decide what type of company reports we would like to see. Company reports, or Dun & Bradstreet, or both. Through your subscription, you have access to company reports on global public and private companies aggregated from nearly 400 sources. Data includes contact information, financials, directors, shareholders, and business descriptions for reports such as ICC, MarketLine, and Hoover's, to name but a few. You also have Dun & Bradstreet Global Identifiers, which provide key data on over 200 million public and private companies around the world. For more information on these two options, please click on the blue information icon. Finally, select the date range and country that you'd like to search. At the top of the drop-down, you may select all countries if you prefer. If you wish to search biographical information on this person, then select the biography source. This includes information that you'll typically find on an individual's CV. The sources include Marquis Who's Who, Debrett's, and ICC of Directors, providing profiles of high net worth individuals, politicians, business people, and celebrities. If you wish to search your sanctions and PEP sources, please ensure both boxes are selected. Sanctions and warnings include hundreds of watch lists, blacklists, and sanctions such as OFAC, FBI fugitives, most wanted, and most wanted terrorists, plus more. PEP lists include sources such as World Compliance. These cover profiles, biographies, photos, and links to associates on 1.5 million politically exposed persons. If at any time you wish to know which sources are included within this area, then please click on the blue information icon to the left of each source. The final content on this search form is your legal sources. Use this content to check litigation history and manage legal risks. The last field at the bottom of the search form allows us to enter a cost code if required. The cost code may be used for many things. For example, to allocate client numbers against each search and keep a track on how many investigations have been carried out against that code. Now we have entered our search terms, specified our source groups and date ranges, and now we're ready to run our search and view our results. To commence the search, click on the red search button on either the bottom or the top of your search form. The page reloads to show the results returned from your search. You'll see in the main part of the screen separate content tabs with news in red. In the centre you'll see the total number of results returned from this negative search. As you can see, we have received 21 results in the negative news for Donald Trump over the last month. The articles are listed below, highlighting the headline of each, followed by the publication and date. If you wish to change how the articles are displayed, use the View option on the right-hand side of the screen. You can also change the option for the way your articles are sorted to display higher relevance rather than the most recent using the Sort option. To the left of the page, under Negative News heading, you'll see a variety of delivery icons to enable us to immediately print, email or download our articles. Should you want to compile a report, Report Builder is great for saving search results into single or multiple reports. Click onto the document symbol at the end of each document name. This document will then be added to the Report Builder at the top of the screen. To the left of these icons, you will find Narrow Your Results, which will enable you to search within the results produced from your original search. Edit will bring up your original search criteria, where you can make any necessary amendments. And below the narrow search, you will find the results grouping. These are great for organising your results by source type, source, and content theme. Within this section, you can organise your results in a number of different ways, including subject, industry, and language. Clicking on the blue link will move these results to the right-hand side of the page for further review. For example, if I wish to see the two results produced from the Daily Mail and Mail on Sunday, I can click on the publication name. The page refreshes, and just those two documents are now loaded on the right-hand side of the screen. I can now continue my investigation using the navigation tabs at the top of the screen. As you can see, if we select Directors and Shareholders tab, the layout of the screen is exactly the same. However, on this page we are now viewing information aggregated from company reports, not news. The Narrow Your Results tool we highlighted earlier in this module, such as the ability to narrow by keyword or selecting a filter, will be available within each tab you visit. Only the narrowing method will now be applied to the content you are viewing on your selected tab. Alternatively, you can organize your results using the results grouping on the left to highlight reports such as mergers and acquisition activity, or organize your reports by name or selected source. From this page, I can select the reports of interest and add any to my report builder and move on to the next tab for further investigation. Clicking on each tab running across the top of the screen to see each content set and ensure you are conducting a full and rounded investigation. Remember that you can also deliver pages displaying no documents found to your report builder or via the immediate delivery options for audit purposes using the icons on the right-hand side of the screen. If you would like to complete a new search, click on the New Search link on the left-hand side of the page, or simply click on Lexis Diligence logo to return to your home page. This concludes this module. For more guidance on Lexis Diligence, please see further modules.